Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, the Engine Gladiator, today with brainstorming a game idea for like an adventure game or visual novel. This is more on the mechanical side of things. I'm still figuring out the uh, theme I want to go with, but it's probably what I'd end up using for Uncity or something like that. So I have a peculiar approach. Instead of the death maze concept that I see way too many games go with. I want to go with a game where you gain these things over the course of the game based on your decisions, and depending on what you've gained and where you're at, it'll trigger a certain ending. So, what are you gaining? Well, first there are impressions. How others have seen you and your reputation preceding you. Gained from noteworthy actions and others' presence, such as whether you're coward or courageous or dumb or smart or weak or strong, hostile or friendly. It's possible to maybe switch your impressions around later with the right action. It's possible to have different impressions through different people as well. Maybe one person can see you as weak, someone else can see you as strong. Really, just if you can do something and it can make certain people around you react a certain way, that's an impression. Then there are motivations. Why would you do something? What are you reaching for your goals? You realize what's important to you in this world, and that's how you gain those. To make money or be happy or improve yourself or make friends. As you understand what you want to do, those opportunities to do those things will open up and let you pursue them further. You can gain wisdom. Um, Everything you learn and you can apply from teachers or experimenting with actions and succeeding or failing, such as locations, technical skills, contacts, ability to evaluate situations. You can't lose wisdom, you can build it up. Basically, how it'll work is when you go to choose a choice, if you have wisdom relating to that choice, it may improve the results. Um, might make the difference between the action actually succeeding instead of failing. It can also be used to counter fears, concerns that may stop you and make you rethink your actions. From you get them from misconceptions, losing things, not being certain, or maybe just the news. News likes to makes us make people afraid for whatever reason. Fears examples are like dying, being broke, being miserable and lonely. They'll if an action would have come up and as a choice, and your fear would stand in the way, then it's kind of gets like visually overwritten with, but I can't do this because I'm afraid. Again, wisdom might be able to counter that instead. And something else I'm kind of wrestling with as an idea is the option doesn't come up unless you have the fear and the wisdom. So first you have to be afraid of something, then you have to have the wisdom to get past it, and that opens up its own special option. But overall, as over the course of the game, there's this internal clock of what time of day it is, and every action takes up certain time. Like sleeping takes up a considerable portion of the night. Talking to someone may not take so long. But depending on what the clock is currently at, and where you are, what location you went to, um, it might set up an event as well. But ultimately, you're going to reach an ending between your impressions on people, your personal motivations, your wisdoms, your wisdom, your fear. Um, After a certain amount of time, if you're in a certain place, it might lead to an ending. Um, so maybe you made an impression on someone, and then you also gained some wisdom about them as well. And then you go to a location relating to them by a certain time, and that might set off one ending or something. But ultimately, these are just ideas that I've been rolling through my head for um, a little bit. Probably because I was just watching this adventure game or visual novel playthrough, and it's like, well, there's a lot of just dead ends of you screwed up, go back, try again. I thought that's kind of a messed up way to play. It's kind of a game. I know there are other like visual novels that have um, like just dedicated branching paths, but it's like really this one choice is enough. I have to wonder. I have to wonder if this whole concept that I've got rolling around is possible, and what it would take to make it work. Which is why I'm sharing it here. Um, I'd rather see like a dozen other people trying something with these ideas of mine instead of just letting them sit in my head and not amount to much. So, if you think you can make something interesting out of these ideas, go for it. Cheer you on and have fun. All right, thanks very much for listening. This has been Pillar Nexus. I will see you next time.